a new thing which I'm going to teach because I have not teach this on this channel yet. And PostgreSQL is what? PostgreSQL is a normal SQL like database like Oracle, Sybase, and all those things, and which is very much popular with startups. And I teach in a lot of startup like corporate batches, and most of them use PostgreSQL. Okay, it is not like that. MongoDB has gone anywhere. MongoDB will always remain the favorite of a lot of startups, but PostgreSQL is also used a lot because it is completely open source. You don't have to pay anything to use it. So that's the reason it is it is a darling of startups and all, because small startups, they don't want to have those enterprise license for Oracle and all. But the thing is that it's a SQL database, so it is quite similar to Oracle and Sybase. Only some of means the main commands will always be the same. So it's always good to have some SQL commands under your kitty, so that you can go in any company you go, you'll use that thing like. And in this course, first we're going to learn about those SQL commands and all through a PostgreSQL, and the command will be almost same in Oracle and Sybase also, because at the end of the everything, those are all SQL commands. Okay, and the thing is that after that we're going to do a PERN project also. So what is a PERN project? PERN project means PostgreSQL Express React and Node.js, and it's not like we are removing the MongoDB from the MERN. It is a PERN project. So we're going to do that PERN project. Okay, so let me share my screen. And okay, I don't have anything on my screen. Let me share it anyways. Okay, so first you need to do the installation and all for PostgreSQL. Okay, so okay, so okay, so from where to download the PostgreSQL? So PostgreSQL, either you will download through this if you're using a Mac. So the download installation is a bit different from two things. So if you're using a Postgres app, you're going to do it from here. Not a Postgres. And if you're using a Mac, you should download it from here. And all the installation you can find it from the internet very easy. Okay, so you should use this thing. Okay, and if you're using a Windows, what you should do, it's not like it doesn't run on Windows. It runs pretty well in Windows one, but right now I have a Mac. Okay, so you need to download it from here. For okay, it is showing for Mac only, but Mac doesn't work. The app for the real PostgreSQL Express, it doesn't works well on Mac. So you should use this one if you're using on a Mac, and if you're using on a Windows, you should use this one. Okay, so that is there, and I'm not going to take much through the installation and all. Find very good articles on the internet about that. Okay, so okay, one sec. One sec. Let me see. I forgot to do one thing today. One sec. Let me see. I forgot to open it on another screen, so that if there are some things are there, I won't be able to answer it.
Did you know that blockchain developers are
Okay. Whether I'm live or not, I don't even know. Okay, so one sec. So this is how you're going to do. So let us start with the PostgreSQL now, and I have already installed it. Okay, so I'll do a Postgres. So in a Mac, it generally shows like this, and okay, I'll actually click on this one, Postgres, because it is where actually I can click on anything. So this will be shown like so. We are going to work on the shell. We are going to work on the shell completely. We are not going to work on anything else. We're going to work on the shell. So it's better. I will close this thing because we don't need this thing only. Let me make this only big. Okay, and let me increase the font size. Okay. Okay. So it's more than enough. So now, hi Suraj. So we have opened this. Okay, so now what? Now we can And Windows also, the command line will be like same one. Now I can do a help. See, if I get this thing, it means it is working. So if I do a help, it will show me all this help and all. So I will do this, the commands of PostgreSQL. So this is a bit different from Oracle and all. Oracle, but the select commands and all those main commands will be like same. Okay, I'll do a slash l. So backslash n, this is how Postgres work. Backslash l I have done, and what did it give? It give me all the databases. So these are the databases. These are the different databases. Okay, so that is there, different databases. Now slash l I have done. Now I want to connect to a database. Okay, so connect to a database, what we need to do, we need to do a slash c, and we can do a anything. Now this was I do this database, I'm going to connect. Actually it created it automatically, so it is, this is how it connected. But I don't want to actually connect to this database. I'll do a flash q. Oh, it has quitted it completely. Okay, no problem. Okay, actually, I didn't want it to quit it completely. So once you start the Postgres, it will show me here, and I can stop it also, but it will show me here. But I can go here. I will click on this, and oh no, I have to make it big. Sec. Should not have closed it. We have some good viewing size, even from mobile. Okay, so this is there, and now okay. No, yeah. So now again slash l I'll do. So I have already actually we'll connect to a database. Okay, okay. So that is there, and let us do create database. Create database. Let us name it something. Postgres. But Postgres White is a good name. Postgres White I'll do. I think it is not done actually. Postgres IT. Okay. One sec. Forward the Postgres. Database Postgres. Forward that command to create it actually. Okay. Postgres YT is not created or what? But why it is not created? Oh, I got it. Why it is not created? See here, this semicolon and all are very, very important. Okay, so this is very important. Wait, what is showing like this create database syntax CREATE base post res YT. Oh, now it is done. Postgres YT. Okay, so I was worried why it is not done. Okay, so this is done. Now, what I need to do? I need to do a slash C and the new data. Okay, let us first see whether the new database is created or not. And yeah, this Postgres YT is created. So now we'll connect it slash C. We have already see how to connect it. So Postgres YT I'll do, and it will be connected. It will be connected. So now what? So now we need to create a table here. So let us create a table here with okay. with the create table command. So see, now the commands which I'm using, like the create database and all those things, these are already there for SQL, for everything like Oracle, Sybase, everything. This will be like the same commands only the slash e and all those things, how to connect it, they are a bit different for Postgres. I don't remember for Oracle and all, you all can get it very easily. But the problem with Oracle and all are that in Oracle, what happens, they're all you cannot buy you their enterprise software, so you have to purchase it. So this is like free, this is like open source. I just installed it on the system easily. Okay, so that is it. Now we have to do a table. So let us do the favorite on the favorite table of all time, the favorite table. And what is the employee table? Okay, so create, you'll always see the employee table example is always there. Create table employees, employees, and then I'm going to do this. And if I press a enter here, see it, it will show it like this, equal to, and it is showing something like this. Okay, it means that I can give the other thing also here, id int comma, and first name is var char 50. So what is this varchar 50? A very common SQL database data type. Int is like integer, and varchar is like what? Varchar is like a character of 50 lengths. Okay, so it is like this. Last name is var char 50 again. Then gender is var char 7. Gender is var char 7, and comma dob is date. Dob is date, like this, and I will enter it and see create. If I get this thing like create table, it means the table is created. So now how do I see the table is created and all? So I can do this slash d, because I already in the Postgres YT database. I'll do the slash d and it will show me, okay, the one table is there. If there were multiple tables, it was showing me multiple tables are there. Okay, slash d. So this employees table is there, but I want to see something further on this thing. So I will do slash d employees, and it will give me everything. ID is like integer, first name is a varchar, and all these things it will show. Okay, so now I want to actually drop this table. Why? Because we should have more constraint in a table. We should have some constraint like the primary key, the primary key constraint, and all those things should be there in a table. So we are going to drop this table because we're going to create it again. So how to drop the table? I'll do a drop table and employees. I'm going to do, and I have to go semicolon, drop table is done. Now if I do a slash d, it will tell me everything is there. So let us create this table again. So I'll do is create a okay, I'll share create table employees, and then, and one thing I want to tell, this Postgres thing can be taken into all the other SQLs also. Everything is similar here, but this is the most used database in the startup ecosystem because it is completely free, no license like Oracle and Sybase. But this concept can be taken to Sybase also. Only the slash d slash l, those commands are different. Create table, drop table, constraints, primary key, everything is same. So this is something which you can take at a lot of other places. If your company, if you're going to work in an enterprise company, in that enterprise company you're using Oracle, there are 99% of chance you're going to use Oracle, and then you can use this concept. But if you're going to work in a small startup, so even mid-range startup, this PostgreSQL is very much popular there. Okay, because you don't have to give any license, and all those licensing fees are not there. Okay, so but everything else is same. So I'm creating a table with constraint now. So create table employees I'm going to do. Then I will do a ID. As I told you, I will do enter. Until I do a semicolon, it will not do anything. Okay. ID, I will have something as a, okay, something as a big serial. This is not a int, this is a big serial. Now what is this big serial? Big serial is something, what will happen with this big serial, a sequence kind of a thing will be created. So it will automatically increment the number, like ID should be like always like 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will automatically increment the number. So that is known as big serial, not null primary key. Primary key. It is a primary key. So primary key is something in the databases which are used to uniquely identify it. So they are known as primary key. In Oracle, in SQL, it is known as primary. Or from now onwards, I'll use the word SQL because it is common in every SQL. So in SQL, these primary keys are there, which are like the main column. It is like the main column which will identify it. So primary keys are very important. So after this, I'll do a comma and I'll do a next thing, which is a first name is like var char 50 is there, var char 50 is there. Then one sec, okay, var char 50, and this one will also be a not null, because what does this not null constraint means? Because when you're creating inserting a new row in it, we have to insert something. You cannot insert like any null value in it. Okay, we cannot leave it blank. Okay, last name is var char 50 and not null, comma, and gender is var char 7 and not null, and bob is date not null, like this, and then I'll do a enter, and the create table is done. So if I do a slash t, and it will be a whole. Okay, the moment I do slash d, see this, it is showing that two things are created: employee and a sequence. This sequence is actually created because I've given the ID as a big serial, so that's why it is created. So now I will do a slash e d and m l o y e s employees, and see it will give me something more. And like all the data, it will give me, it is a big int and it is having the sequence and it is all these things. Also it is giving me that there is an index of primary key is there, so that is there. Okay, so now we are going to insert the data into the table, and this is how we insert the data into the table. And this is the thing which is same in almost everything. It means almost all the oracles and the sybases of the world. It is like this only. We insert the data, the data into the columns, because we have to insert the rows. Okay, so we'll insert it like insert into employees, and then first name, comma, last name, comma, gender, comma, bob. Okay. After that, okay, as I've told, if I enter it, it will not complete it. After that, I'll do a values. Means it. You can think of like a one line only. Till I do the semicolon, it will not complete it. So you can think of it like one line. Okay. So values is when do response mail 1982 01 09, like this I do, and see the data is actually inserted. So I will again have this thing, but I will have a different value now. This main and maybe 83, and like this it is done. Both of them are inserted. So how to see the data in a database? So this is again a very common command, which is a select star from employees. Select star from employees. It will show me all those things. This is how we do that. Okay, so now we don't want to insert the data like this, and in the real table we have a lot of data, but in this dummy table which I created for learning, we don't have many data. So there is a very good site to insert data, dummy data. Okay, let me show that site. and that site is known as this one. Okay, this site is known as this mukaru.com or something. Okay, and this is a very good site. Okay, one sec, one sec, one sec, one sec. Dummy data site. Okay, this is the dummy data site. Now let us do the dummy data. So I don't want, because ID is automatically generated for me by that sequence. ID is automatically generated. So I will see here also I didn't gave the ID. ID was automatically generated. Okay, so first name is first name, last name is last name. I don't want the email address. I want the gender. Gender is like okay. Now IP address I don't want. I want a DOB. DOB is like okay. Then what I will do? Then I will click here. Then I have to click here. See, all of this is automatically done, but if you don't have the thing which you need, you have to click there. So here I'll do IP address, and here I will come, and here I will find a here I'll find the date, or else I have to write this all. Okay, find it all. But instead of this, I'll find this date, and there is a date time is this. So I will select this date time. So now see something like this will come. Okay, like this to this. Okay, date of birth is like 21 and like this. Okay, so date of birth anyways it will give me on in these numbers. Okay, it's okay. I don't want, I'm not, maybe we're taking babies and all. Okay, so okay, one sec, why to take babies and all? Okay, but it is not giving me anything. Okay, because the choosing thing is also not getting very good. Yeah, good. It is not very good. Maybe I'll do this thing, and okay, and I don't want this many babies. Maybe 2 3 years old or 2 year olds old are allowed to be applied in a committee, applied in a company. Okay, so that is like this. Okay, and then it will ask me how many rows, so I will give 100 rows. I don't want it as CSV. How do I want it? Okay, I want it as SQL, because you can get CSV also, and I will give the table name also, so that it is much more better, because my table name is C, my table name is employees, so I will give the same name. So I'll come here and give the EMPLOYE. Make sure you give the correct name. Okay, then maybe I'll preview the data and see what it then generally gives. It gives me the insert statements. Okay, so that is there. Now I will download the data. So I can take all of these things and put it directly in this insert, but there is a much better way to do this thing. Better way to do this thing. So I will go here. It is showing me this. I will double click on it. Actually, I think I already have an employee like this. Employee already have, so it's better to name it as employee new, because I already have done this. Definitely have done this thing. I double click on it. It will open in what? It will open in a VS Code. Okay, it will open in VS Code. It makes it a bit smaller. It's smaller. Okay, so all this insert and all these things, and actually it I didn't took the, I could have taken the include create table on also, but I don't want to do the create table. It's okay. So all these things are there. I don't want to change anything here. So let me close it. Okay. Okay. Now what to do? So this kangaroo data, we don't need it anymore. Kangaroo, mock karu. It's like mock kangaroo. Okay. So that is there. Now this employee new.sql is there. So how I use it? How I use it? I don't want to do this manually, because then what's the benefit of making a .sql file? So now, first thing is that I don't want this dummy data. I want this 1,000 data to be there. So it's better to drop table. Okay, and okay. And one more thing was there. Okay, I will tell. Actually, we have when I was doing this thing, there was this issue, because the gender sometimes is more than 7 length. So I was facing some issue, and that was also one of the reason I have removed it. Okay, let me, even before removing it, I will show that issue actually. Slash I. So this is how you use it. Slash I. If it is done, I will keep these names. Okay. Slash I. Okay. And then Okay, I have to give the exact path where the file is, which is like in the users, and then users Nabendu Vishwas, and then it is in downloads, WNLOADS downloads, and EMPLOYESSYE. Wait a sec, y voice new dot SQL. I'll do. Okay, and see, there is an error which is coming. Okay, value is too long. See, when getting this error, what I found out is that some of the genders were actually quite big. Okay, genders name. It is this is a totally universal kind of data, standard with the European and American laws. So genders like binary and all those things are there. Those new kind of genders which are mandatory in Europe. So if I okay. See. If I will show something non-binary. So these are very very important genders which are totally mandatory to have in the US and the European laws. Like it is there. So this non-binary. It is more than 7 length. Okay, it is more than 7 length. See, when I was doing this create table, I will show you. When I was doing this create table, I created it with 7. I didn't knew that there is something more than male or female and all those things, other all those things. But in European law, it is very much important. So now we have to actually what we have to do, we have to drop this table and you have to update it. Okay, so I'll do a drop table and EMPLOYEES employees, and now drop the table is done. Although you should not do this anytime. You should not do this thing. But this is a very dangerous command. Okay, so like I'll come here, I'll go here and here. Okay, varchar 7 is very less as I've told. It should be 20. It should be 20. Press it. Create table is done. Create table is done. Now we are going to insert it. Okay, so now let me do this thing. And if I run it now, see, no error is there. No error. And 1,000 rows are inserted. So now we can do something very good with this data. Okay, so I have this select. Okay, I'm using the up arrow key. Okay, so select is like this, so big it is there, and all the data have been inserted. So select is like having this big data. Okay, now let us select some columns. Let us now learn how to select some columns on a table by giving the column name. Okay, so by giving the column name, we'll use that select first name, comma, last name from employees. So we can do this thing. This is a select command. First name from last name from employees. So this is there. Then now we'll learn about a clause known as the order by clause, which is actually very important. So it is order by clause. It is used to do it in the ascending order. Okay. So I will have this first name, not first name, last name right now. Okay. Start from employees. You'll see what I'm doing. Order by first name. Order by first name I'm going to do. Okay. Order by is not like this. Sorry. It is like this. Okay, order by, I think. Order by first name. See, order by first name. What does that mean? It will be like the ascending order, like A. From A it is starting A, then see only in the first name. From A it is starting, then it will B, C, D. You're getting it. A, B, C, D, like this. Ascending order, it is done that. All these things it is done like that. Okay. So now we can also do the descending order. Okay, so I will do order by, but I'll not do the first name now. I'll do the DOB. Again, if I do, it will be in the ascending order, and it's a number kind of field. So that ascending order will be like you know how it will be like the year. So from the less year to the more year, it will be like this. From like 2019, we took the data from 2019 to 2022. It will be like this. But I want it in a DSC. Descending order. I want it in a descending order, so it will be the opposite of it. So I'll do it. See now what is happening. 2020 it is there. 2020 it is taking, because I think we are taking till 2020 only. 2020, and it is going down. 2020 only the data, but from 2020 it is happening. So this is how it is. It is going. It is going. And 1,000 data there means there is a lot of data. So this is how it is done. So now we are going to learn what are the distinct keywords. So as I told, in genders there are some new genders. So let us understand what are the distinct genders as per the European law. Okay, so let us understand. It is like select distinct gender from employees. So what I'm doing, only the gender column I'm selecting, and only the distinct genders it will give. So distinct gender I'll do. So these are the all the genders as per the latest European and American laws. These are the genders which you need to take. Gender queer and all those things are there. Binary male female. Beside male female, it is like this. All these 8 genders are there. Okay. So now we can use the where also in a select. We can use, I'm teaching very basic things here, so if you're new in this SQL and all, you can learn from here also. All these select commands are applicable everywhere. So this, come here and do the select star from employees, where gender equal to female. So I want to only get the female. I want to only get the female, so I'll use this. Select star from employees, so gender is female. I'll get it like this. And see, this is all the genders which are female. Okay, all the females I'll get. So this is how it works. Okay, so that is there, and then we can have a or clause also. So suppose I want to find only the female, or gender equal to male. So what will happen? Gender equal to male or female, both of them will be selected. All of them will be selected. So it is like this. No other gender will be selected. Or I have given. Okay, or I have given. Then we and also. So I'm not going to tell about and. So you might have guessed. And means both of them should be true. Okay, both of them should be true. Let us find something like no, it is in this, it is not possible. So and is like, I'll just explain. And is like both of the conditions should be true, or any of the condition is true. Okay, so suppose I have a lot of maybe Gary, like in this example it is very much difficult to tell. Lot of this I have, and maybe the date of birth and all, something we can do like this. Okay, so let us go ahead and do something else now. And so all the time when I'm selecting, it is selecting a lot of rows, but I don't want to select this many rows. So what I'm going to do, let's start from employees, and I'm going to limit 10. Suppose I want to see only the first 10. Limit 10 I'll do. So the first 10 will be selected. There is another thing here. Select employees and OFF SEP offset 5 and limit 10. So what does that mean? This means that offset 5 means from after 5 it will start. So means from 6 it will start till 15. Okay, so it is done like this. Okay, so then what I'm going to do here, okay, so there is a in keyword is there. With in, what we can do, we can select a multiple things. Okay, let me show it again. So let's start from employees, where gender, I don't want to see only 2 gender. Maybe I want to see 3 genders. Okay, in male, comma female, comma and by gender, like this I'll do. Then I'll come here and press it. So all these 3 genders will be done. All these 3 genders will be done. There is a lot of male female. Okay, so you get the idea. So how does this happen? Okay, so now we have a between keyword also, and that is very good to show the dates and all. Okay, so we'll use the between keyword. where where DOB DOB between DOB between date, the column I will take, the date column I'm taking, and then maybe 20200122 and 2020 12 22. I'll take one sec. I have taken the format as um, okay. So I'll do here and do enter. See all those people between those data but only be selected. Okay, so if you see, okay, all of those are actually there are a lot here also. So all of those are selected. And do a queue and it is there. So this is what is there like between. So now we have two things in SQL or PostgreSQL, whatever you say. As I told, this is all applicable in Oracle and Sybase and every other SQL databases also. So here there are two things. Suppose I want to match something, then I can use this percentage. And if I want to actually match zero or more characters, okay, use this percentage. And if you want to match only one character, you use the underscore. So what does I mean? So let me do that. Okay, so select, okay, start from employees where last name, like we use it with the like keyword, like, and te, last name like te. Suppose someone's last name is starting with te and something, so I'll do it. And I got a lot of names like tel, telford, telix, texon, and all those things I've got. Okay, so that is there. And then I will have another thing like last name, like I can use it at 2 times also. Okay, so what I am doing, like GU. So in between some GU is there. Yeah, there are name like this. In between GU is there in the last name. So see this GU is here and GU is here and GU is here. So this is what I wanted to tell. Okay, so now we'll see one more thing like what is underscore. So I'm using underscore. It means that before the u there should be exactly one character. There should be exactly one character before the u, and after that there can be anything. So it's like, see, always the u is the, if you see all of the surnames, u last name, u is the second character. So this is like this. Okay, and there is one more thing like which is known as I like this, like there is another thing like u had come. Okay, like if I do one thing, if I do only this thing u, okay, okay, I'll do only this thing. You last name. I'll show one thing. Nothing is selected. Okay. Then I'll do come here and do a I like. And I'll see a lot of them are selected. Why? Because it is telling to ignore the character. Means it here it was searching only for a small case you names, last name starting with last names are always, the first character will always be caps. But I was searching for the last name started being with u but a small u, but there was nothing in the database like that. So I use that ignore character, and now this u has been done. So u is the, like this capital thing, u is like this capital. Okay, so now this is the okay, so this is how this is done. Now now actually I don't want to cover much here because I think I will anyways, I will complete it in some days. Okay, so this is what is all about, and I have to give the attendance. Wait a second, I actually forgot to give the grade the attendance on say. So and here it is very easy. Just install the PostgreSQL. Okay, do is install the PostgreSQL because we are going to do a very good PERN project, PostgreSQL Express React and Node.js. So we are going to do that, and please do that. Means one sec, let me create a post. Okay, so because I have to give an attendance form, I just forgot to create that attendance form. 1 minute it will take to create the attendance form. Post, yes, not your attendance. Yeah. Please mark your attendance here, and hope you all liked it, because this is something which is, if you have this in your portfolio, if you have this in your resume, it will add to your resume. You know the PostgreSQL, you have done one example, and you have done one project with PostgreSQL, it will definitely add to your resume. So with this, I think my picture is stuck. I don't know what is happening with my camera or with my Mac and all those things. And I'll end this stream here, and we'll meet tomorrow.